Fear of failure, that is something that is always there, but you have to overcome it. I hate this example that everyone says, work hard, play hard.
Welcome back to the CEO DNA podcast, where we uncover the stories, strategies, and mindsets behind the world's most impactful leaders. Today's guest brings not only decades of business legacy, but also a vision for the future and blends tradition with innovation. Joining me is Abdulaziz Galadari, the Chief Operation Officer of Galadari Investments, cornerstones of business growth in the United Arab Emirates for over 50 years. From leading operations across industries to expanding Gal Business Center and Galadari Real Estate Brokerage, Abdulaziz stands at the forefront of Dubai's dynamic business ecosystem. In this episode, we will deep dive into Abdulaziz's journey, exploring the past that shaped him and the present challenges he navigates, and of course, the bold future he's building. Get ready for an honest, thought-provoking, and inspiring conversation with a leader who's redefining success in the world's most competitive markets. Welcome to the CNO DNA podcast, Abdulaziz Galadari.
Thank you for having me, Mr. Michael. It's an honor.
So what is for you the good DNA or good DNA of a CEO?
Good DNA is getting pinched.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely getting pinched, See, the thing is, the more mistakes you make, the better you get.
Right.
It's just like riding a horse. The more you fall, better the rider. So in my opinion, the more this person feels the pain of failure, the better they get.
Interesting. So you have also a failure culture in your companies. Definitely. Where you say we celebrate making mistakes?
I'm not going to say celebrate, but but yeah, something like that. Absolutely. I mean, we don't see failure as something that's an end. No, yes. We see failure as a turning. You either turn right or turn left. You have reached to a deadline or a dead point, and you have left or right. You don't stop.
When is it a failure?
It's never a failure. Never.
Good. I like that answer, because at the end it's also really, like learning from it and still finding a way to get things done.
You never fail. You might not make money out of it, but you never fail. You're going to learn something out of it.
Right.
You will come out of there a stronger person. You will come out of there with a stronger mindset, knowing that this was the right move or that was the right move.
Yes. I'm super excited to talk to you because you actually have been born in Dubai. You also went to school here where you started your first business. We talk about it later. Then also to college. And yeah, so for over 30 years, you could experience this dynamic city what's just growing massively. How was it for you? And what did you learn here over the decades?
Now, that's the thing. If you speak to my father, he will tell you a very, 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 very different story about the country. I will tell you my story. I remember going to school. When going to school, we had to go off-road.
Okay.
Back when Al-Barsha, when people used to say your school is in Barsha, like, my God, Al-Barsha? Now Barsha is right here, 5 minutes away.
Absolutely. It's almost like the center. Mall of the Emirates is quite famous there. So it's in the middle of Dubai, but years back, it was like far away. Yeah.
Exactly. And going to Al-Barsha was like, you have to plan a trip. Yes. You're going to Al-Barsha. Now it's just 5 minutes away, right here. So everything changes. You have to always catch on the wave. So no matter what it is, you have to always hold on. Never let go. Whenever the country's growing, whenever your company's growing, keep holding on. Never let go. Keep doing it. Keep pushing yourself. You're telling me you need to rest one day? You will rest one day. That day will come. But nowadays, no, you don't rest. You push. Hang on to the wave, take your risks, feel the pain, feel the joy. That's all the way. Only way to success.
Wow. What a mindset, because I think that's really also a mindset from His Highness Al Maktoum as well, because he has different quotes where he says, look, I don't mind which way you're running as long as you're running forward, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that's also a little bit what you mean here, right?
Absolutely. You must always keep looking forward. And we just had a conversation about technology.
Yes.
Technology like how you said, you love technology. But then the thing is, if you're not up to date with technology will beat you.
100%.
Just like the market.
Yeah. Very nice. So interesting. So let's talk about your journey a little bit. So you started born in Dubai, then you went to high school here. So that was also where you started your first business. What was it?
Okay, now see, that's the thing. It's a very long story. You see,
it's just you and me, so we can talk
absolutely. No, that's the thing. You see, I never had good grades in school. I'll be very honest. I had never good grades, and I didn't have good grades in college as well. I'll be very honest. And so the only thing I had my mind on was business. So the way I started business was actually like from my dad. Yes, no, he is a person that is an entrepreneur. You should remember that he's seen the country when it was dust, and now
Amazing.
where it is. So he's in that generation.
Respect, amazing, yeah.
So him pushing us to take risks and take these advantages is very, very important. But now he tried his best. Him and my mom and dad, they tried their best, to make me study. It was very difficult for them to make me study, and I just didn't want to. Very difficult for me. Just didn't want to. So they tried everything, tutors here, there, everything. So my dad came up with an idea. So bear in mind, I was a very fat kid.
Mm-hmm.
I was a very, very fat kid. So, so dad came up with an idea. He's like, you know what? Best thing to do, we'll not give him money for school. He wants to eat, let him come back home and eat. And then again, I'm a child. So in my mind, there's no food in school. What's going to happen? So I had to come up with something. So we have a traditional, you guys have a piggy bank.
Yes.
And we call it a hassala. Okay, and it's made from clay. A very traditional. So I remember making a hole at the bottom and taking money from there, okay, just to go and eat in school. It's not like I was starving.
Yeah.
It's not like that. And this was back in the days when it was still the Wild West here. First day, second day, third day, taking money and spending and buying food and whatever. And then it hit me in my mind as this is going to finish at some point. We need to do something. So I took the risk, took my first 5 dirhams, went to what we call it a baqala. It's a small grocery store. And I bought a packet of cigarettes. Back in those days, I think it was like 4 dirhams or 5 dirhams or something like that. So cigarettes has 20 pieces. And I went to school and I sold each cigarette for a dirham.
Okay, wow.
Yes, back in those days.
Yeah.
So, and I liked it. That was the first day. Second day was two packages, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6. That reached to a point that I didn't have any space. So I started hiring my friends.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we reached to a point that we controlled everything, and I had somebody in this corner selling cigarettes, and that corner selling doha, and that selling soft drinks and whatever.
Nice.
That's how I started. And
yeah.
I used to make, and we used to do profit sharing as well.
Yeah. Okay, good. So you really took your destiny in your own hands quite early to say, well, I don't get money from home as such. Let me earn my own money. And you found a way already to do this in school and then later also in college. Interesting.
Absolutely. So whenever I purchase something, it's very important that I can't, it's built in me that I can't purchase something unless it has an appreciation value.
Right.
It's very difficult for me to buy something knowing that it's going to die tomorrow or the price is going to fall and I can't sell it.
Right. Yeah. So how is it for you to buy a new car?
I don't buy a new car.
Yeah. Because the depreciation is
I never buy a new car. Never. Yeah. No matter what it is. I will always buy a used car. No matter what it is. 2024, 2023, whatever the year is, I'm going to buy a used car, 5,000, 10,000 kilometers, whatever it is. Buying something from the showroom, I mean, I have friends who own showrooms, of course, and with all due respect, that's not what I mean. Yeah. What I mean is that if a better deal is for you to get a used car.
So you really have a full entrepreneurship mindset yourself, but you must also say your family has a legacy span for over 50 years in business. Maybe explain us a little bit, what is your family business doing?
You see, my dad is a lawyer. So is my eldest brother. So is my uncle. And also my 2 younger brothers. They're lawyers. It's just me and my elder brother, Umar. we are the ones who went out of law and went into business. My brother Umar, elder brother Umar, he's the CEO of the company, and he's the numbers guy. You can't beat him. No matter what you do, you cannot beat this man in numbers. He will, no matter what idea you come up with, whatever business you come up with, he will tell you, the idea is amazing, but the numbers don't lie.
Wow.
Yeah. He's that good. Mashallah, mashallah. So Dad was the type of person that, he will never say no to an idea.
Mm-hmm.
If he likes the idea, yalla, push, do it. Can you? Can you do it? Just like the business center. We never had the business center. Just like the self-storage, we also have a self-storage company. The self-storage company is the second biggest self-storage company in the world as a unit. Not as a company, but as a unit. It's 200,000 square feet.
Impressive.
The one that is bigger than us is in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Now, just like the business center, and the business center is located in IMPZ, which is now called DPC. The place was dead. Now it's not. But the place initially was dead 2 years ago. And we came up with this idea that, the buildings are not moving. We own the commercial buildings. Buildings are not moving. We can't rent them out. It's very difficult. Nobody's coming. It's too far. And those days, the prices of the market price per square foot was dead. Dead. 60 dirham per square feet, 65 dirham per square feet. Now it's 150.
Mm-hmm.
2 years gap.
Yeah.
So came up with an idea that why don't we do a business center? There's going to be a lot of people. In other words, there's going to be a lot of people. Footfall. There we go.
Footfall.
So
yeah.
There's going to be a lot of footfall in the building. So everything's going to move. So my dad was like, very simple.
Yeah, so quite interesting, a very diverse portfolio. So on the one hand, we're talking about self-storage. Then we talk also about the business center, the Gal Business Center, but also then now also in real estate.
We have a real estate portfolio. Yes, that's how we initially started. We started with a complete real estate portfolio.
And how can you manage this diverse portfolio?
By losing a lot of hair.
Okay. So it is more headache than having one?
No matter what you do in life is a headache. You have to choose the headache.
Yes.
You have to enjoy it.
Yeah.
No matter what you do is a headache. I don't know if you're a fan of classic cars, are you?
Yes, I am.
You
actually, yeah.
It's a headache.
Yeah. Or something breaks, you have to fix it. You have to, yeah.
But you enjoy it.
True. Yeah.
Just like I am.
Yeah.
Just like that. You have to enjoy it. Everything is a headache. But then, what would you choose? Would you choose zero headache, but zero income? But a lot of headache, but a lot of income?
I take the headache.
I take the headache.
Yeah. No, good point. It's interesting. So, when you could start over now today again, would there be one business field where you said, this is where I would start? I know it's not technology.
No.
You're not like, you have a love-hate relationship with technology.
Definitely.
I personally love technology. But what would you say, where would you start again?
Real estate.
Real estate.
Definitely.
But don't you need to have a lot of funds at the beginning to start in real estate?
You definitely do. But then you start saving. There's a lot of ways. There's bank financing. There's a lot of things. But I would definitely say number one thing to do is real estate.
When you have now such a family legacy, how much pressure has been on you when you been out of college and be successful? A lot?
There's a lot of pressure everywhere.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pressure everywhere.
But I just can imagine when when you're from such a family legacy over 50 years building so successful businesses, that when you now come out, then it's like, okay, now I need to put everything, bring on the next level. I cannot fail. I have like...
Fear of failure, that is something that is always there. But you have to overcome it.
Yeah.
I remember college in Middlesex. My friends were calling me. They said, where are you? It's graduation day. Where are you? They're having their graduation day and I'm sitting in the office. I have my meetings to go to. But then you have to.
Yeah. So I must say, you went in Dubai to the Middlesex University, one of the biggest private universities in Dubai, probably even in UAE. I personally actually taught there entrepreneurship for 6 years and business strategy. But it was after your time. And yeah, I just like how international this university is as well. So I had 450 students, I think, per semester, and it was out of like 90 nationalities.
Oh, yeah,
It was
definitely.
a high number. How was it for you to have so many international, inspirations and
Back in my days, I was the only one wearing Kandora.
oh wow,
Yes.
yeah,
I was the only one. I at least in my class, I didn't see
Yeah.
anybody else.
yeah.
It was only
I
one.
hardly saw it as well. I mean,
Yeah.
here 1, 2 per class. It was.
But now I think it's different. Now I think they even teach law.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
They teach
yes.
law, but I think it's
yeah.
a master's degree though.
A master's degree and and British law with DHFC, I think, is connected. Yeah.
My eldest brother Abdullah, he graduated from Westminster,
Okay.
so he's a barrister.
Yeah. And so again, how was it for you to be in such a international environment? Because like when you go, let's say, to Europe, and I know you also have a house in Europe where you go sometimes for vacation, it's like, it's different. You don't have so many international people here.
You see, for us, thank God we are well traveled.
Yeah.
Mom and dad, they pushed for traveling. We have a house in London as well. So our childhood was completely in London, completely. So we had neighbors who were British and we were, So us being, me and all of my brothers actually, us being around multinationals, it became something very, very normal for us. It hasn't really changed. I'll be very honest with you. So it wasn't a culture shock for us. Not at all. Even the way we dealt with them wasn't a culture shock to them as well. Very natural.
Yes. When the world looks at now Dubai, they see it as a success. How is it for you? How was your journey in Dubai? I mean, it was your life, it was your standard, right? But when you go now to different countries, as you said, now to UK and look at the city London, for example, you see it's sometimes not so structured, or the people are not so motivated to bring things forward to the next level. And how was this for you?
So that's the thing. We thrive for greatness.
Right.
We thrive to be number one. It's been set in stone by our rulers, or the sheikhs. Set in stone. You have to be number one. No matter what it is, you have to be number one.
How has this transferred to you? Why are you also driving to be number one?
Because our country is number one. As long as the country is number one, you need to be number one.
Yeah.
You have to.
So this motivation, this fire jumps over to you and says, hey, I also, whatever I do, I want to be sporty. I want to do all the things. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. If the country, the rulers, the presidents, whatever you want to call it,
yeah,
pushes for success, pushes for all these things, then yes, everybody will be driven for it. But then it's just like if you look at the contrary, if you're ruled by a dictator, you won't really be pushing for anything, right? You'll be pushing to survive.
Yeah. Interesting. So then you kind of adapted also to be like the number one in your business. What are the things you can tell also to all the entrepreneurs who are listening? They can adapt in their business to have this mindset to everyone in the business, because you have all different kind of levels. Maybe it's okay to put it on the C level, the chief operation officer, the CEO, but how can you really ensure that everyone in the business has this spirit?
Number one, open door policy.
Mm-hmm.
No such thing as an appointment.
Right.
If somebody wants to talk to you, doors open. They come and they speak to you.
But do really employees come to you?
Yeah, definitely.
From all levels?
Yes, absolutely. I actually enjoy listening to this.
Okay.
Yes, I enjoy listening to this because the more you listen, the more you learn. The more you listen to them, the more you listen to anybody, the closer you get. Whenever you get close enough to anybody, there's no secrets. Everything's open to you. You would know everything. Your eyes and ears are everywhere.
Yeah, interesting.
My advice to everybody is, take the risk. Feel the pain. Open your doors. Listen to people. Let them come and talk. Don't say, I'm not good for this person. No. No such thing. Sit, listen. Even if it's 10 minutes of your day, listen to it. You never know. Take advice. Take criticism.
Mm-hmm. You know what I think is interesting? Me now being here over 13 years in this wonderful country, I really enjoy. I saw an exponential growth. in regards of services also from the government. That means at the beginning when I registered my car, I almost had to take a day off, maybe half day, then, oh no, this is missing. Then I had to be there, and I had to drink 2 coffees with the guy, and it was a longer process. But now I take my phone, I have everything. It's called Dubai Now.
Yes.
A friend of mine actually designed the app, and it's 1 click or 2 clicks and you have it done.
Absolutely.
So I think that's so fascinating. How does this happen?
Because time is money.
Mm-hmm. But how does this exponential growth happen to, from, okay, I need to take a day off because Michael needs to register his car, to it's done by a click of a button. Also now gasoline you can get in Dubai mainly with an app, with a click on a button. Also so many other things, laundry you can get picked up by a click of a button. Lots of other countries are far behind that. Why do you think is that the case?
Well, I can't really comment about that. I'm not really sure why other countries have not adapted these things. Because, like how I said, time is money. The faster you do things, the less time is wasted from your side, the less time is wasted from their side. The more time is wasted, it's very simple. If something takes a long time, you need more people working on it. Yeah. If something takes less time, you need less people working on it. So when you save time, you save people.
100%, yeah, true. Another great example is, of course, from Dubai, I sent Emirates Airlines. Mm-hmm. So when I came here to Dubai again over 18 years ago, there was some airlines, and I thought that's the standard. That's how it is, when you fly other airlines, and that when you have to ask 3 times if I can have a glass of water, and there's not much entertainment on the flight, and so on. But then there came Emirates Airlines, and I really must say it's quite different when you fly other airlines. And they have this exponential growth. And by now I'm also their top tier customer. So as soon as I give some feedback what's not good, I directly see in the next flight that they come to me and ask me about this specific topic. Let's say the soup was cold or something, I would give us feedback. And then they would come next time and say, hey, we made sure the soup is hot. So I think it's so interesting how this is done.
Because they thrive to be number one. They thrive for success. They thrive to be the best in the industry. So you have Sheikh Ahmed bin Saeed, His Highness Sheikh Ahmed bin Saeed. Now you see, alhamdulillah for this. My father is very close friends with him. So I've sat with Sheikh Ahmed a few times. To be honest, I actually sit whenever he's having lunch with His Highness Sheikh Ahmed bin Rashid. When he has lunch, we have lunch all together at his majlis. And if you see him, he's a very, very, very smart person. He knows exactly what direction to take everything. No matter what it is, he knows exactly what direction to take. So when he took Emirates with, of course, Sir Tim Clark, they had one plan, one idea, as in to be number one. Is it impossible? No. Was the percentage low? Yes. But there was a percentage.
Yes, there was a chance.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it wasn't zero.
With honesty, they started from scratch. So they started from the beginning, and there was other airlines 10, 20, 50 years old, and they had the experience, but said, let's redo it.
They took the chance.
Interesting.
They have to take the chance. Like how I said, you have to feel the pain. Because once you feel the pain, you know where to move.
So when you sit with such leader and His Highness, what do you learn from the personality? What can you get the spirit from a personality? What we also as business leaders can pass on. What is where you said, wow, I'm motivated. I want to give the 100%. I'm looking up to this leader and I want to support his vision as well.
Apart from all of how they will, push you to succeed.
Yes.
And give you the ability and the window to succeed. Apart from all of that, the first thing they will teach you is how to be humble.
Interesting.
That's the first thing they will teach you. Because when you sit with them, you're sitting just like how you and I are sitting.
Yeah.
You'll have a normal conversation. His espresso is like my espresso. His lunch is just like mine. This is where he teaches you, you want to thrive, you want to be number one. Okay, have this openness. No barriers between us.
Yeah.
Openness.
And that's
Talk to
also
them.
why you like introduced the open door policy fully. And I think that's so interesting. Yeah.
Absolutely. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid also has that policy. He has that open door policy in any government entity. It's actually a law. You can't have your doors closed.
Interesting, yeah. I had the chance a couple of times to meet him, and he always came and gave me his hand as well. Of course, he probably didn't remember who I was, but I think.
You never know. He remembers everything.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, I heard about that too. Yeah, and one day I was in a restaurant here, actually at the Grand Hyatt, and my at this time my CFO was sitting across of me. He said, "Michael, behind you, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed is sitting." And I said, "Hi, good joke." Haha. So I was just continuing. He said, "Well, if you don't believe me, it's okay." And then one time I got up to go to the washroom and I accidentally bumped into a chair and it was him. So he really tries to also mingle in normal restaurants, with the people. I think that's such a good trait to have.
Definitely.
Because then you know what's going on the ground.
Absolutely.
To be also the leader for everyone, yeah?
Absolutely. For example, you learn, just like how you said, you learn from all of that. I don't sit in the office. It's very difficult for me to sit in the office. I'm either walking around or I'm going from site to site. That's how I do it. I will move around, mingle with everybody. I will go from site to site looking at the other properties, looking at how the qualities are. Yes. I will sit in the business center. I will sit in the lounge, in the middle, where everyone passes by and sees me.
Interesting.
And they can just come and sit down and just have a conversation or have a complaint. I actually have a complaint box that I see every week.
Oh, really?
Oh,
nice.
Read it
Okay.
myself, I enjoy it. Yeah.
That's okay. You enjoy the complaint box. Interesting.
I do, yes. And I do. Because the more they complain, the more I know how to thrive. The more I know, okay, so that's a mistake. We need to fill that hole over there.
Yeah. I think such an important tip from you. Thank you, to actually have a complaint box. So whoever doesn't out there as an entrepreneur has already like an email address, complain, or it can also be maybe announced positive, feedback, idea or whatever, then I think it's very important.
Complaint box, not email. I'll tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
It's more personal.
Oh, wow. So to really write down, okay, nice. Okay.
Comes out of, I'm not going to say pain, but out of frustration.
Yeah.
This person is frustrated.
Yeah.
Wants to complain about something. Writing an email, everyone can write an email about whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Email nowadays doesn't have any flavor. So when you write it down, put it in the box, he went through all of that to complain.
Right.
So that means it's really, really serious. He wants this thing done, or she wants a certain thing to be changed, which we do. We do. I read them personally, and I make sure everything is done.
Interesting. Yeah. How would you do that for a remote company? That a company would be fully remote. Now in Dubai, we have the luxury that, within a certain radius, we have people always being able to come to the office. In my case, for example, we have now over 130 people in, I think, over 16 countries now.
I see.
So how can we manage that?
In that case, I would definitely say having once a month meeting, even if it's online, with the person of your staff.
To be close, yes.
Even if you have 160 people, I'm pretty sure you can do some way that you can meet with all of them or segregate them into 4 or 5 batches that you would, meet and listen to their complaints, listen to what they think is, because just like how you're an entrepreneur, you never know what entrepreneurial knowledge they have as well.
Yes.
So they could actually give you an idea that would revolutionize your company.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good point. I can just underline that because they're really at the forefront, with your customers. So we just had a survey. Tomorrow we have a keynote. So we have on a regular basis, this big online keynote, and we do online coffees or online tea. So it's one-on-one. So it's
nice.
Good, yeah. Another topic I would love to talk to you about is the Dubai airport.
Yes.
What a change. So I tell you, I landed in last week in Frankfurt and some weeks before in Munich. And I landed, went to the luggage. It took a long time, and it took time and time and time. And then I went to passport control. It took time again. And then I came to Dubai. I walked through a camera. I didn't even need to take out my passport. I came to the luggage belt. My luggage was already there. I went out. The car was nicely weighted. I could take the car and that's it. How can that be established, knowing that lots of people there at the airport, I don't know how many hundreds and thousands of people are working, but a high percentage is actually, also a higher percentage is actually experts coming from outside, and often also not mainly from the most skilled universities, sometimes really also normal basic workers, if I'm allowed to say. So how can that be managed? That you say, okay, we build a first class airport, but with normal or basic skilled people. And of course, having also some top managers on the top, but on average.
Pure leadership.
Okay.
Pure leadership. If you have a good leader, no matter what it is, no matter who is under this person, if you're a good leader, you would lead for success. It's just like how the saying that goes, if it's a lion that is being led by sheep, something or another. It's the same concept. If you're a bunch of lions and you're being led by a sheep, what would you conquer?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Interesting.
Efficiency is key. So they realize in the airport, they realize that, okay, our main source of income is tourism. Number one is tourism. So Dubai or UAE in general, tourism is number one. How can we get that person from the plane itself to the taxi in the least time? Because everyone gets frustrated in airports. Trust me. And you know that as well. Everyone gets frustrated in airports. Everyone is in a bad mood. Sitting 7, 8, 9, 10 hours in a plane, you're getting frustrated or whatever. So you want to reach the airport and you want it to be as smooth as possible so that you can leave. So the UAE has created that. Good leadership, pushing for success, pushing for positivity, pushing for happiness, which led to all of this. And of course, technology.
our favorite part. I think it's so interesting. I fully agree because I analyzed it so much, because also when I went to America, to airports, I always see the Dubai airport shine. And I think you're right. It's a combination of leadership that's also inspired me, by the way, to have this podcast, because I think CEOs and leaders can change so much the world and build sustainable and meaningful businesses. And on the other hand, I think it's also having, of course, having the vision, but also that comes from the leadership, but also having, let's say, the process and standards in place. And I saw that also exponential getting better over time. At the beginning, the Dubai airport was not maybe the best in the world at the beginning, but it had the drive to get better every day, 1%. And I think that really made it at the end so successful.
Definitely. That's absolutely right. That every day you wake up, knowing that you need to do better than yesterday.
Yes.
1%, 10%, 0.5%, doesn't matter. As long as you do better.
Go forward.
You go forward. You push.
Yeah.
Push. Yeah.
And another point you mentioned was happiness. So one thing is, of course, the Dubai airport is also a silent airport. So when you go and compare it to other airports where you always have the announcement, and you don't even know where to listen anymore, this is actually called a silent airport. So there are no announcements. So you automatically look at your ticket or look at the board to see, okay, that's my time, and I'm going there. I think it's quite nice, actually.
Absolutely. Everything's integrated, whether it is your app or your phone. Now your boarding pass is on your phone. It's on the Emirates app.
Yeah, but it shows me that you need to try for innovation. You need to push also and try out new things. And I also saw something at the Dubai airport, what they tried and then later changed again because it didn't work. So I think it's sometimes great to just say in business, let's try different things. If it gives us, if it brings us forward, perfect. And if not, we're just willing to change again. So adapt also new things and see how it works.
Absolutely. See, the key, the direction to success is not always straightforward.
Yeah.
There must be left and right, turns here, turns there. You might actually have to go back a few steps.
Mm-hmm.
If you stop, that is 100% loss. But if you go forward, you have a chance of 50% of a loss. I'd rather take a 50% chance of a gain or 100% chance of a loss.
Interesting. So Dubai is also known as one of the most happiest cities to live in. And Dubai also has a minister for happiness, so I think it's quite interesting. Why is that the case, and how do you implement this into your business?
See, that's the thing. Happiness comes out of positivity.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a positive person, you will radiate positivity. I don't know if you believe in that or not.
Yes,
you
for
do?
sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, big time.
So if you radiate positivity, everybody around you is positive.
Yes.
So when all of that positivity is there, your outcome throughout the day, throughout the month, throughout the year is always going to be positive. So that's the thing. So that's why it's all derived from happiness. So they couldn't make a minister of positivity. It's a minister of happiness. Yeah. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. And how do you adapt that into your company? You also have a minister, or let's say a manager for happiness or customer happiness there?
No, we don't. But we keep positive.
Mm-hmm.
It's very simple. If I get a phone call and say, for example, or if I call the person who's running the business center, her name is Fatima, and if I call her and ask, how's everything going? Sir, today the calls were a bit less than yesterday. Oh, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But you got calls.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get any calls? Yes. Okay, so then there you go. You got calls. That doesn't mean you have to get 10 phone calls a day every single day. No. If you keep that positivity, you will always, push for success, I would say.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think it's some friends sometimes say, sorry, Mike, I need to go somewhere else because around you I only can be positive, and I really want to also feel down sometimes. So I had that sometimes because I think, some people also have this, motivation to positivity, and also to say we really need to enjoy life in a way that we should be just thankful for everything, for a warm cup of coffee, for a good conversation, for good friendships, and so on.
Definitely. There are people who would say that, actually there's a lot of people who are like that, which is very wrong, and I really hope people would change.
Mm-hmm.
They would say, so I actually know a few people personally, they would say that, if everything's going too well throughout the day, something bad might happen.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That is a disease. You can't think like this.
Yeah. Then you wait for something bad to happen.
You anticipate it. You're anticipating something bad to come. You shouldn't. You should always anticipate positive, anticipate whatever it is. And even if something happened to you, you have to know that it's always being done for your benefit.
Absolutely, yeah. I sometimes actually say other way around. I said, today is a very good day. So I'm adding up the good things, and I think, today was a good day. It was probably an average day for me, but it's just, if you really look for it.
Absolutely. I would say that every single day, early in the morning. I mean, I wake up at 4:30, 5 o'clock, I wake up every single day. Okay, prayers, and then gym, and then cooking my meals. Long story. So throughout that entire process, and you have to feel the positivity. Like this is a beautiful day. This is an amazing day.
So how did you come up with this morning routine to get up at 4:30 a.m.?
Well, see, I've been doing this for the last 18 years.
Okay. Wow.
18 years.
And you just realize you're more productive and you enjoy life more when you get up early?
Yes.
When do you go to bed in the evening?
Weekdays, 10. Yeah. 10.
I mean, to have some,
Weekend, 10:30.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't really. I'm not a person that really goes out. I have what we call a majlis. Sure, you've heard of it.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
So I'm always the host. So every Friday the boys, they come over and they sit down at my place and stuff. So I don't really like going out, to be very honest with you, Michael. I mean, I will go out if I'm forced to with my friends, and let's go visit a new restaurant, whatever. Then yes, I would. If not.
For everyone listening out there, so basically, the local culture is also really to bring people together, to host people, and then they sit around mostly in a round circle to have a good conversation, have some tea, coffee. And,
yes, it's not round anymore.
Okay. How is it now?
You see, that's the thing. Now my place is a combination of a full-on gym.
Nice. Okay.
A seating area.
Wow.
And a kitchen and a sauna.
I like the gym part.
Yes. So we have a full-on gym that
nice.
I built a full-on gym just so that I don't go out.
Yes.
And I have my trainer who comes, who's also one of my closest friends as well. He's been training me for the last 18 years. Yes. He comes every day at 5 a.m.
Good. So you think for a business person, it's also very important to have a healthy lifestyle in regards to have sport in your daily routine?
Absolutely.
Why do you think that's the case?
Healthy body, healthy mind.
Yeah. Good answer. I think that brings it fully
Healthy
to the
body,
point,
healthy
yeah.
mind. If you are a type of person that, okay, see, with all due respect with people who are obese or whatever that category is, you know, okay, you enjoy food. Agreed. But then, what do you want? What do you want in life? You want to succeed? Okay, in order for you to succeed, you need to buy the time. You can't succeed within a day or two or within a year or two. Your succession will come in your 40s, in your 50s or whatever, because you're building onto that.
Yeah.
But if your health does not allow you to reach that level of number or that age, so what are you fighting for?
True. Yeah. So talking about the Dubai Minister of Happiness and all the measurements they are doing here for happiness, I see a lot of activities. Yes, we have streets called the Happiness Street, and but there are a lot of also activities about, they call it also a customer happiness center. So that means if I, as a resident of Dubai, go to a governmental service, I can rate it afterwards how happy I am when I go to they're called DEWA, the water and electricity department, and when I go there and say, hey, how happy were you? And I think that was also a big change that happened in Dubai to focus on, also on the happiness of how the residents are treated at governmental institutions.
Absolutely. Absolutely. These rating systems are extremely important. It's extremely important. See, okay, let's put it another way. Right. End of the day, you are interacting with a human. That human could have a bad day. That human could have something so bad happening at home, but it has nothing got to do with their professional life. You enter professionally, that's it.
Right.
You change. Once you leave, you go back to your positive house or negative house. That's up to you. But once you come to the office, that's it. Alas, you become professional. And you have to deal with it professionally. You make sure everyone is happy. You make sure everything is done efficiently.
Mm-hmm. Strong mindset. I like that. So let's talk also a little bit about the future. So what's planned for yourself? What is still your vision to go ahead? What do you still want to build? And then also a little bit about the Dubai and the future of Dubai. But let's first talk about yourself. So what do you see for yourself? You build now so many businesses already. They're all successful. Many employees. How many employees in total all over? Just roughly. You stop counting.
Because you have to look at the engineering. You have to look at, I would say, 200 plus.
Wow, so over 200 people plus. So what's now still for you in the future? You want to say, I want to have those 1,000 people working? Or what is for you the motivation you still want to reach?
Bird's eye, or you mean specific companies?
Bird's eye.
Bird's eye, we grow. Mm-hmm. We grow as a group, no matter what it is. Right. We grow, and then hopefully one day, inshallah, we go IPO.
Inshallah. So what would be then some details on the way? Which business industries you still want to go into?
Our bread and butter is landlording. That's our bread and butter, landlording. Whether it is, warehousing, self-storaging, business centers, offices, real estate, so on and so forth. Residential, that's what I meant. That's our bread and butter. Paying attention to that is going to be 80%. 20% is going into something new. You never know. Something comes up. It's good to take that risk, but you're not taking that much risk. You're taking the risk, but not taking that much risk. Now, why am I saying this? Because we want to grow. Gal Business Center right now is 27, nearly 30,000 square feet with the new expansions.
Right.
The plan over there is to purchase another property for the business center. We need to keep growing. Every year we need to have at least 10,000 square feet addition to the facility, purchased, not rented.
Who's setting those goals?
Me.
Okay. So you really have? And is there an overall goal later on? I mean, yes, inshallah going IPO, but is there something else where you said, okay, I want to have so many square foots by this year?
We do, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, this is always something that we always keep up into our goal. Minimum has to be 10,000 square feet per year growth.
And I think it's such an interesting point, just to underline it, where you said, okay, 80% will be I call it the base business, or, my bread and butter, you could call it. And then 20% I'm still willing to try out new things. And I think it's such a learning also for so many people listening to say, okay, I focus on my bread and butter business. That's where my main focus should be, to build this stronger, to extend it and so on. And then with 20%, I can have some side projects. And yeah.
Absolutely. Now, why do I have to emphasize on this? So a lot of people, when they think that it's done, we've built the business, now it's done, let it run by itself, it's time for me to go and take some risks. The only reason they do that is because they're bored. That's it.
Right.
They're bored. They don't know what to do with this one. They don't know how to scale it up.
Yeah.
They got bored of it. Now they want to enter into something new. This is where I have to circle back and say, listen, this is your bread and butter. You're making good amount of money in this. You are succeeding in this. Push. Push it. Worst case scenario, sell it. Don't leave it aside, because once you leave something aside, done.
Yeah, good and very important point for so many business owners. Your 20-year-old self, if you could give this person one tip, what would that be?
Don't eat a lot of McDonald's.
So eat healthy, be healthy, yes, okay.
Absolutely. Be healthy. Save earlier. Now, see, that's the thing. This is something that I always, I hate this example that everyone says, work hard, play hard. Okay. I hate it. That is an advice not for an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur cannot work hard and play hard. What does work hard and play hard mean? Work hard, make money, and spend it all? That's what it means? That's work hard, play hard? That's not an entrepreneur. That's a person who's in the rat race. That's a person who works from paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah,
no,
correct. Yeah.
I have something on my phone. It's a screensaver on my phone.
Yes.
Okay. It's always there on my phone, the screensaver.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I really, really push towards this one. Okay. So it's always like this. So would you work while they sleep? Learn while they party? Save while they spend? And live like they dream.
I like that.
That contradicts completely with the work hard, play hard thing.
True.
So don't work hard, play hard. There's no such thing as work hard, play hard. No such thing. Yes, have fun. I'm not going to deny it. I go out once a month, twice a month if I am pushed. But that's it. How much do you want to go out? You want to spend what? You go to the same restaurant? Every restaurant you go to sells burrata. Every restaurant you go to sells calamari. It's the same thing. You're not doing anything. You're just in a different venue.
So true. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. Can you repeat this one more time?
Sure. Yeah. So, work while they sleep. Learn while they party. Save while they spend. And live like they dream.
Abdulaziz, it has been an honor to talk to you. Thank you so much for all the wisdom and the motivation. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much.
Before you go, a quick note to all the entrepreneurial listeners out there. If you're looking for a reliable and efficient way to scale your online business and payments, I highly recommend checking out copecard.com. It's designed to streamline your processes from payment processing to customer management, all in one platform. Whether you're just starting out or you're looking to scale up, Copecard provides the tools you need to succeed. Visit copecard.com today and see how it can transform your business operations. Dive in and start optimizing your sales processes now.